But yeah, goddamn, I don't know I think what made me jump in the street was just my circumstances. I feel like I was forced in the street.
Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you this, because there's girls in here like, just like little fake nigga like that, like little stuff like that. I don't be liking that nigga, I'm a player, like.
Future might have just stepped into something major. He dropped what looks like a subtle jab at 21 Savage on Twitter, and wow, it did not hit the way he probably thought it would. When you take aim at 21, you're not just calling out a chart-dominating artist, you're stepping into a tight-knit circle that's earned its respect in Atlanta long before fame and big budgets came into play. This isn't some studio-made image that fans hype up online. 4L carries real weight in the city, and that name alone makes people think twice before speaking. While Future's out here relaxing in his mansion, watching his streams rack up, he might not be seeing how deep this situation runs. 21 Savage and his people have long spoken about where they came from and the loyalty that built their name. Add in a few leaked calls, rumors of shaky friendships, and talk of tension behind the scenes, and it's clear the pressure's been building for a while. Now mix all that with public disrespect on social media, and boom, you've got a situation that has everyone talking. The city's buzzing, timelines are on fire, and whispers are spreading fast.
If I'd have met you, bro, I don't feel like you supposed to been in the street. Cause you niggas don't know you really a smart ass, let it go ass nigga, call nigga phone, let it go ass nigga.
But a lot of niggas is them the most
really smart ass.
But yeah, goddamn, I don't know I think what made me jump in the street was just my circumstances. I feel like I was forced in the street. Cause I couldn't do nothing else. I ain't got no green card. I can't get no job. So how the hell else was I gonna survive? You feel what I'm saying?
This is how I really feel. I feel like Atlanta is really goddamn, what's the word? Atlanta really a pedophile.
Cause Atlanta really groomed us, bro, since we was kids.
The fuck?
No, just listen to what
Across Atlanta, folks are saying 4L might clap back, but not with loud interviews or fancy posts. Nah, their style is about quiet confidence and real moves. So stay tuned, because what happens next could seriously shift how Atlanta views this whole thing. Before diving into why people think Future might have crossed the line, you've got to understand who 4L really is. This isn't just 21 Savage's crew. It's a solid Atlanta group built on loyalty, discipline, and respect, known for handling business calmly and with purpose for years. When 21 Savage calls himself one of the realest, he's not just talking big for the mic. He's pointing to a credibility that goes way beyond rap charts and fame. 4L means for life, and everyone in his circle lives by that code every single day. Their roots in Atlanta run deep, tied to things that never hit the blogs or made trending lists, but anyone who's really in tune already knows what it is.
Me and him ain't been tight in a minute.
Yeah.
And it's because he do little lame jump, like call me to the studio. You know, I pull up to the studio, chilling with him. You ask me what to say on the song and how you should start off your song. Then there's girls in the room. Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you this, because there's girls in here like, just like little fake nigga like that, like little stuff like that. I don't be liking that nigga, I'm a player, like, what's wrong with you, fool? You trying to, I don't know what kind of image you trying to get off to these girls, but you an idiot, nigga. Like, everything you know a nigga teaching you, I done taught you. Like, cut it out, bro.
So when 21 raps about his come up, that's not just talk, that's his actual story, laid out with no filters. He's not chasing clout or spinning tales for plays. He's speaking on where he's really from. His crew, still loyal, still around, still respected in every sense. Future, on the other hand, has always played it cool. Hit songs, quiet business moves, and a clean, polished image. No public drama, just smooth sailing. That worked perfectly as long as the unspoken respect line stayed in place. But now it seems those lines just got crossed. Future built his whole image on being that untouchable figure who stays above all the noise. But lately, that distance might not be protecting him the same way it used to. Word around is the 21 Savage been feeling overlooked for a minute. His album, American Dream, reportedly opened lower than expected, and that didn't sit right.
Kudo is like, you pushing the P, bitches want to have your kids and shit too, but you still got to be like 100% locked in with the kids. You like 100% locked in with the bitches. That's the wrong way to go.
Meanwhile, Future keeps getting called Atlanta's top name, something 21 supposedly feels is more about industry hype than real respect. Then that tweet hit the timeline, and it set everything off at the worst possible time. With Young Thug still dealing with his ongoing legal situation and YSL under major attention, Atlanta's already been on edge, and now two of its biggest names are quietly making folks choose sides, and that's a tricky position for the whole scene right now. Tension like this never stays online for long. Things really shifted the moment those leaked calls started spreading around, because that's when Young Thug reportedly let his true feelings about Future be known behind the scenes. In those private conversations between Thug and Mariah the Scientist, he was said to be venting heavy about people he once trusted.
Not real. You biting and you ain't real. You just a buster all the way around. Like, nigga, what's wrong with you? You'll use a nigga whole life, a whole saying, and whole everything, and then don't even participate in a free a nigga campaign. Around the time I got locked up, I know for sure you would have made sure you said in one of your songs, "Free bruh," just because it's just publicity for you. Crazy, burnt out. I ain't even trying to think about these niggas. These niggas have a nigga mad. You can believe that.
On one call, Thug supposedly talked about how Future didn't come through with a free show to show support during a tough time. Future allegedly said he didn't want to steal Thug's shine, but Thug clearly didn't buy that. To him, it felt more like Future was dodging, and that hit deep. Thug reportedly called that move out as fake energy, saying it proved who was really standing with him when things got serious. And it didn't stop there. Thug allegedly went on to say that Future's vibe changes depending on who's around. According to Thug, when it's just them in the studio, Future would ask for his honest opinion on tracks, really listening and showing full respect. But the moment women stepped into the studio, Thug claimed Future's whole vibe would switch, like he suddenly couldn't even hear him anymore. Thug saw that as straight up pretending, and it didn't sit right with him at all. Then things got even more personal. Thug allegedly started talking about Future's private life, accusing him of being careless in relationships and not thinking things through when it came to the people around him.
Boy, Gunna. Your fans want to hear Drip Too Hard. They want to hear these songs that are amazing hit songs that you happen to have with Gunna. You're skipping them because Gunna's a snitch or a rat? I thought Young Thug's father said that. Technically, he's not, right? There's some YSL niggas now saying that, he's not. But Lil Baby's trying to stand on business and be like, f that. We're skipping the song. We're not even playing the song at the concert no more? I feel like something happened recently. Something behind the scenes. This confirms something happened behind the scenes.
Those kinds of words went way past music talk. That's personal territory. And once you step there, it's hard to walk it back. This leak didn't just reveal tension, it pulled the curtain back on years of built-up frustration. Within Atlanta's inner circle, Thug even mentioned a woman named Arabian, saying there had been serious emotional fallout from her connection to Future. He described it as behavior that caused real emotional pain, painting Future as someone moving without care for others' feelings, and that hit a nerve because it went beyond industry matters. To Thug, this wasn't gossip, it was disappointment spilling out. He spoke as someone who felt let down by a person he once respected deeply. And then came the most damaging part. Thug allegedly said Future's whole image was an act. He questioned whether the people around Future were genuine, and even threw shade at how Future carries himself when the cameras aren't rolling. That wasn't friendly criticism, that was straight up character damage. And what made those leaked calls hit even harder was the emotion behind every word. You could actually hear the pain in Thug's voice.
You know, free bands and 21 Savage sold somebody a condo, and when they bought the condo, they didn't know the nigga kept the keys and the door opener and all that shit to get in. So when the other nigga went out of town, the nigga that sold the condo to him went back in there and took shit.
This wasn't anger for attention or some stunt for the internet. It sounded like someone truly hurt by a person he once trusted completely. This wasn't your average rap tension or online drama. This felt like real betrayal from someone Thug once saw as family. And when family turns their back, that kind of pain cuts way deeper than any industry conflict ever could. Once those calls surfaced, 21 Savage had to make a choice: stay quiet, play neutral, or take a stand. And he didn't hesitate. He sided with Young Thug. The reason runs deep: history. 21 and Thug share roots that go way beyond hit records or award shows. While Future's image has always been that of a superstar who keeps some distance, 21 and Thug came up through the same grind, faced the same pressure, and earned their respect by being genuine long before the spotlight found them. When Thug ended up behind bars dealing with that high-profile case,
You my opinion, nigga, and then I be like, but shit, you gotta do what you gotta do though, bitch. You chose this lane.
Yes.
That's what I tell you.
Facts.
I might be like, I feel like
21 stayed loyal from day one, checking in, showing support, and keeping Thug's name alive both on the streets and in the music. That's loyalty you can't fake, rent, or buy. No amount of fame can replace that.
21's been in the game for years, building his name step by step, proving himself without shortcuts. But even after all his work, when people start talking about Atlanta's music royalty, it's still Future's name that comes up first, every single time. And that's something 21's reportedly been feeling for a while now. So when Young Thug, someone many see as true Atlanta royalty, started openly calling out Future, it hit different. For 21, it felt like confirmation of everything he'd quietly been thinking for a long time. He knows the city, the code, and the culture better than most, and to him, loyalty always beats business ties or flashy industry politics. Sure, Future might have the bigger catalog and more mainstream spotlight, but in 21's eyes, Thug stood firm when it really mattered. And in 21's world, that's what counts, respect over numbers, every single time. Authenticity has always been 21 Savage's foundation. He built his name on being solid, staying true, and not switching up even when it cost him deals or opportunities. So imagine watching Future being crowned the king of Atlanta while whispers about questionable behavior behind the scenes start floating around. That had to sting. This tension between Future's camp and 21's circle runs much deeper than bruised egos or chart rivalry. People close to Atlanta's scene say it comes from long-standing disagreements, things involving trust, money, and broken understandings between the two sides. Not rap lyrics, not online shade, but real-life issues that actually held weight and caused tension. And when things like that stay unresolved, they never really disappear. They sit, they simmer, and sooner or later, they come right back around. That's where this whole situation starts to take shape, because what happened next didn't just come out of nowhere. What happened next had everyone shocked, especially those watching from the outside. This is where things allegedly got messy, fast. According to people close to the situation, someone connected to 21 Savage's circle reportedly sold a condo to a person tied to Future's Free Band's crew. On paper, it looked like a normal business move, just two sides from the same industry crossing paths through mutual connections. Everything seemed legit, paperwork signed, keys exchanged, deal wrapped up smooth. But here's where it took a wild turn and why the streets started buzzing. The seller allegedly kept an extra key and even a garage opener after the sale went through. For folks watching closely, that didn't seem like a simple mistake. Word is, this might have been intentional from the start. So when the buyer reportedly left town thinking his new place was secure, things went bad quickly. The spot was allegedly broken into, and not for small stuff. Jewelry worth hundreds of thousands, stacks of cash, and even safes were reported missing. It was a major loss, the kind that hits way deeper than pride or money. But the real shocker came when security footage surfaced. The faces caught on camera, not masked strangers or random thieves, but people who were recognized instantly. That flipped everything upside down. In situations like this, there's usually an understanding. Leadership steps in to make things right. Either restitution gets handled or accountability happens within the circle. But when that doesn't happen quickly, the tension doesn't fade, it multiplies fast. This whole ordeal didn't just strain relationships, it shattered trust completely. And once trust breaks at that level, the fallout never stays quiet for long. According to several people close to the situation, 21 Savage reportedly never addressed what allegedly went down, and that silence spoke volumes. That lack of response created heavy tension between the two camps, tension that had nothing to do with music, charts, or interviews. From the outside, it might have looked like just another rap dispute, but for those inside Atlanta's circles, it felt personal, deep, and unfinished. People close to Future's side reportedly felt let down twice, first by the alleged setup itself, and then by what they saw as a failure to fix things afterwards. In certain circles, staying quiet isn't seen as neutral. It reads like weakness, or even worse, silent approval. And once that kind of perception sticks, it's tough to shake off. Respect can start slipping fast. That's why this tension cuts way deeper than egos or online shade. This wasn't just about music. There was real money involved, real trust broken, and real disrespect that never got cleared up. You could literally see the pressure spilling out into the public when Savage sat down with Big Bank for that interview. Bank kept pushing him on one question: who's the real GOAT of Atlanta? And right there, the vibe changed instantly. 21 started looking uneasy, dodging the question, switching topics, trying to keep it cool, but the tension was clear. Every time Atlanta's top spot got mentioned, 21 avoided saying Future's name. He gave short, vague answers, steering clear of anything that sounded like praise. It was obvious he had strong emotions bottled up, but wasn't ready to spill it all on camera just yet. But Big Bank wasn't letting up. He kept pressing until 21 finally dropped a line that made the room stop. When asked who the GOAT was, 21 said, "I'ma say me." That single statement hit louder than any diss track could have. It wasn't cockiness, it was a message, and people in Atlanta caught it immediately. He was saying without saying, he's not bowing to anyone, not even the biggest names. Meanwhile, Future didn't jump into chaos or throw shade directly. He played it his usual way. Instead of firing back, he let his numbers and status do the talking. Shortly after, he posted online about being the biggest in this, a calm but cutting reminder that no matter who claims to be the realest, he's still the one sitting on top with the reach, the records, and the trophies to prove it. Let's be clear, those leaked calls definitely hit a nerve. Imagine hearing someone you once treated like family calling you fake on a recorded line, knowing the whole world can replay it whenever they want to. That stings deep, especially when it's coming from someone you helped early on, back when they were still trying to find their way. Future has built his entire legacy on staying calm, steering clear of street mess, and keeping his image clean. That smart approach is exactly what's kept him relevant for over a decade, while plenty of others have fallen off or burned their own bridges. He's always been the type to move strategic, not emotional, but this time things felt different. This wasn't about rap competition or label games. This touched something personal: loyalty, respect, and history. So when Future posted that biggest in this message online, it wasn't random at all. It was his way of saying, don't forget who really set the tone. While others keep talking about being real, he's out here stacking platinum plaques, selling out arenas, and shaping the entire sound of Atlanta's modern scene. It was a quiet flex, not loud, but powerful enough that everyone knew exactly who it was meant for. What stands out most is how controlled Future stayed through it all. He could have gone public, addressed the leaked calls directly, or fired back with words of his own. But instead, he kept it measured, at least for now. And that's what's making people watch even closer. That silence from Future was either a genius chess move or a sign he didn't realize just how deep this situation really ran. In certain circles, staying quiet doesn't always earn respect. Sometimes it's seen as hesitation. And when you're dealing with a crew like 4L, where real actions speak louder than any post or statement, keeping it calm might not be enough to stop things from heating up even more.
After American Dream opened with around 50K first week sales, it was clear 21 Savage had reached his limit. He jumped online and started posting like everything he'd been holding in for months was finally coming out. He began talking about being the realest, which many fans instantly connected to Future's biggest in this message, like he was firing right back without saying names. But 21 didn't stop there. He went even further, airing out things most artists wouldn't dare touch publicly. He started calling out behind-the-scenes talk in the industry, saying that certain major players like Quality Control were wrong about how some situations have been handled. Then came the line that really shook people. He said that both he and Lil Baby were aware that Young Thug hadn't always been consistent when it came to how certain accusations were handled in the streets. That statement sent shockwaves because 21 was basically admitting that even though he and others showed public loyalty, they were still questioning how the rules were being applied privately. This moment blew up fast because it shattered the picture of unity Atlanta's inner circle had built for years. It hinted that loyalty was still real, but blind loyalty, not so much. 21 even shared that he'd tried to play mediator before, saying he once attempted to get Quavo and Offset on a group call to settle their issues, but it never worked out. That showed he wasn't just here for drama. He had actually been trying to keep things steady behind the scenes.
By this point, it was obvious 21 wasn't holding back anymore. He was speaking straight from frustration, raw, honest, and tired of pretending everything was cool. And once you reach that level publicly, there's no going back. 21 started positioning himself as the one trying to keep Atlanta grounded, the real voice of reason, while egos and politics kept pulling everyone apart. He wanted people to see he wasn't just another rapper chasing headlines. He was calling things how he saw them, no filters. But then came the part that truly shocked everyone, when he mentioned Young Thug and Gunna. According to 21, Thug supposedly knew from early on that Gunna wasn't really connected to the same street side of things. But the team stayed quiet because it benefited them financially. 21 didn't stop there, not even close. He started calling out other Atlanta artists too, accusing them of being fake and switching sides whenever it suited them. The message was loud and clear. While others are out here playing politics, he was positioning himself as the only one keeping it 100 in a scene full of fake smiles and empty alliances. This Twitter storm showed just how much frustration 21 had been holding in. You could tell he'd reached his limit with how the Atlanta scene was moving. The lack of real loyalty, the favoritism, and the surface-level respect. And when his album American Dream didn't perform the way he expected, it gave him the perfect moment to finally speak his mind without filters. Let's be honest. Part of what fueled that outburst was the disappointment over those numbers. Selling around 50K in the first week for an artist at 21's level isn't just underwhelming, it's a wake-up call. It had to sting, especially for someone who's used to dominating charts and headlines. That kind of drop can shake your momentum. And in this business, attention is everything. So what does 21 do? He flips the script. Instead of hiding, he gets people talking. He starts stirring up a conversation that puts his name back in every headline, going head-to-head with one of Atlanta's biggest names, Future, while dropping insider talk that instantly grabs the internet's attention. Controversy drives streams, and 21 knows exactly how to play that game. By speaking out and claiming to be the one brave enough to tell the truth while everyone else stays silent, he's making himself look like the authentic voice people can't ignore. He's trying to rebuild his image as Atlanta's realist, the one who says what others won't. But make no mistake, this is a high-stakes move. Burning bridges with major players in the industry can come with serious consequences. And when your album numbers are slipping, sometimes taking big risks is the only way to get back in the spotlight. Authenticity has always been 21's brand. His whole career was built on being the kind of artist who doesn't compromise, who speaks straight, and who keeps it real no matter what. So when his music isn't landing the way it used to, doubling down on that raw honesty, even if it means calling out peers or exposing what goes on behind the curtain, actually makes sense for his image and credibility. Here's the thing, this situation isn't your average rap rivalry. It's way more layered. 4L isn't just a rap crew. They're a tightly connected team with deep roots in Atlanta. These aren't just artists rapping tough on records. They've earned respect in their city over years of real history and consistent presence. Their name carries weight, and when 21 moves with them, it's not just about friendship, it's about loyalty to a serious foundation. That connection changes the entire playing field. Because when 21 talks about standing on business, it's not just about throwing shade online or dropping a few subliminal bars. It's about the values, loyalty, and code he represents behind the mic. Now add all of that to the mix. His reputation, a bruised ego, the sting of lower album numbers, and years of unspoken tension with Future, and you got a situation that's way past music. 21's reportedly feeling disrespected by how Future keeps being celebrated while he's left feeling overlooked, especially when he believes Future's image doesn't fully match the reality behind it. On the flip side, Future's said to feel betrayed by someone he helped elevate early in the game. Add Young Thug to the mix, still locked up and probably feeling like this whole situation spun out of control. And now, suddenly, those leaked calls become explosive. Those were private conversations, never meant for the public, but now that they're out, they've turned into something much bigger. People are forced to pick sides, and in Atlanta, choosing a side isn't just a post or a tweet. it comes with real meaning and consequences.
4L's reputation in Atlanta is built on loyalty and action, not talk. So when their name gets brought into any kind of disrespect, people know they take that seriously. That's why some are worried this could put Future in a tough position, not because of direct threats, but because of how pride and perception work in that city. What makes this whole situation so risky is that both sides have power. Future's got the fame, the money, and the industry pull, while 21 Savage has the respect of his circle, people who stand behind him with loyalty and influence. When those two types of power collide, it's not just egos that can take damage, the whole scene can feel the impact. Atlanta's music culture has seen things like this get out of hand before, and everyone knows how fast it can turn messy. When crews get emotionally tied to rap tension, it rarely stays just in the booth or on social media. Reputations can crumble, relationships can fall apart, and sometimes innocent people end up caught in the mix. This whole thing isn't just about rap, it's about power, respect, and influence in Atlanta. What's unfolding right now is a shift in the city's entire hip-hop hierarchy, raising one big question: who really defines authenticity in the culture today? For years, Future was seen as the undisputed king of Atlanta, hit after hit, massive influence and respect across the board. But now, 21 Savage is stepping up and quietly challenging that crown, questioning what it actually means to be real in today's game. Even from behind bars, Young Thug's name still holds serious weight in the city. His influence hasn't faded. If anything, it's grown. And now a whole new generation of a rising Atlanta artists is watching closely, deciding whose path they're gonna follow. Some of them came up under Future's wing and built their sound around his blueprint. But now they're having to decide if 21's message about loyalty and authenticity carries more truth. Meanwhile, the people connected to both sides are being pushed to pick where their loyalty lies. And in that world, those choices don't come without real consequences. What makes all this even more intense is that neither camp is just talk. Both sides have serious roots, influence, and people who move with real purpose. This isn't just some online exchange between rappers sitting comfortably behind screens. These are real individuals with real connections and real resources, and that's what keeps everyone on edge. Beyond all the tension, this whole thing also shines a light on the timeless tug-of-war between commercial success and authentic credibility. In Atlanta, respect isn't earned just through chart-topping hits. It's earned through your consistency, your loyalty, and what people see when the cameras aren't rolling. This whole situation is forcing Atlanta's hip-hop community to pick a side. Do you value success or authenticity more? In a culture built on keeping it real above everything, that's not an easy decision to make. Sure, the spark to set this off might have been those leaked calls, but the roots of this conflict run much deeper. This isn't just about words or ego, it's about respect, loyalty, and what being real truly means in Atlanta's scene. Young Thug's comments about Future cracked open years of bottled-up resentment, exposing friendships that might not have been as genuine as they seemed. And when 21 Savage decided to stand with Thug instead of Future, it made one thing clear: his loyalty doesn't bend for popularity or power. To some, that kind of loyalty looks admirable, but to others, it might look risky, even self-destructive. Then there's the condo situation, proof that this tension isn't just about music anymore. There are real-world issues tangled up in this mess, ones that add serious pressure to an already explosive situation. And when 21 went on that social media streak after American Dream underperformed, it showed how frustration and disappointment can push someone to speak and act in ways they usually wouldn't. Future, on the other hand, has always been the master of playing it calm, staying above the noise, letting the hits and numbers do the talking. That low-drama approach has kept him solid for over a decade. But now, in a moment like this, that same silence could easily be seen as hesitation, and in Atlanta's rap scene, perception is everything. The real question now is, does this whole situation stay online and in the music, or could it spill into something much bigger? Atlanta's watching closely, timelines are buzzing, and everyone's waiting to see who's really standing on what they say. In a city where keeping it real means everything, this isn't the kind of tension anyone should take lightly.
The wild part is, once something like this starts heating up, it's almost impossible to control where it goes next. What began as leaked calls and hurt pride could easily turn into something with real consequences for real people, especially in a place like Atlanta, where the line between music and reality is razor thin. So now we gotta ask you, what do you think? Is 21 Savage calling it how he sees it when it comes to Future's authenticity? Or is this his way of getting back in the spotlight after American Dream didn't hit like expected? And more importantly, do you think this tension stays on social media, or could it go somewhere no one wants it to? Drop your thoughts below in the comments. We want to know how you see it. Don't just watch from the sidelines, be part of the conversation. And before you dip out, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop from Scandal Scope. We got way more stories, deeper dives, and exclusive breakdowns coming your way. The streets may never sleep, and neither do we. Share this video with your crew, tag us with your takes, and keep it locked in right here at Scandal Scope, where we bring you the real stories, the real tension, and the truth straight from the culture.